Welcome back to my channel, The Candy Guy, where I talk about treats for the sweet tooth. Today, I'm going to talk about Starburst. Starburst were first introduced in 1960 by the Mars Company in the UK. Now I know some of you from the UK are right now scratching your heads and thinking, I don't recall seeing Starburst on my store shelves when I was a kid. That's because they were originally named Opal Fruits. In 1967, 7 years after Opal Fruits were introduced, they were brought to the US and they were sold under the name Starburst. But they were still sold under the name Opal Fruits in the UK up until 1998. Not sure why there was a name change. I looked, I really don't know why. Something the Mars Company did, because if you recall my Mars candy bar, the Mars bar in the US was different from the Mars bar in the UK. Even though they were both sold by the Mars Company, they made two different bars with the same name. And the Milky Way from the US is apparently the Mars bar from the UK. I don't know. The Mars Company, the dad owned the US branch and the son owned the UK branch. I don't know what their thinking was. I don't. So after 1998, the Opal Fruits name was removed and Starburst became the globally recognized name for this candy. The original flavors were lime, lemon, orange, and strawberry. Today, the lime got replaced by cherry. A little extra information, if you look on the wrapper, there's no Mars Incorporated on the wrapper. The Wrigley Jr. Company now distributes Starburst, but it's still technically owned by the Mars Company when they merged back in 2008. So, you'll see Wrigley on here, but it's still technically a subsidiary of the Mars Company. In the description below, I'll have links to different commercials I found for Opal Fruits, for Starburst, and for a Starburst version that no longer exists. It's a California Fruits version. I didn't know this existed until like a couple of years ago when a customer came in asking me, do we carry it? I looked it up and found out, sorry, they've been discontinued. So there's Starburst wrappers, also Opal Fruits, if that's what you grew up knowing them as. They're now, Starburst is sold globally, so everyone should, I think, know what a Starburst is, I'm assuming. And there right there is the chewy, bursting with fruit flavor candy. I'm gonna go with strawberry. Alright then. So just to describe a Starburst, it's a chewy taffy. It doesn't stick all over your teeth, so that's why I enjoy Starburst. I don't really have an issue with that. It bursts with a lot of fruit flavor. So my mouth is usually salivating, so it's mouth-watering. And that's actually been the slogan for Starburst and Opal Fruits since the 60s, that it's mouth-watering. And it is. It's just it's a really good flavor. It's not super sweet in my opinion. It just has a really good amount of fruit flavor. So if you haven't for some reason experienced Opal Fruits or Starburst, and give them a try. Thank you for watching this week's video of The Candy Guy. Links for the Penny Candy Store and myself will be in the description of this video. I post videos every Friday, so I shall see you all next Friday. Have a sweet day. Bye! Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe to my videos, and also share if you'd like. Let me know what you thought about having the little timeline there. I can't always provide it if I don't find enough dates and information on candies, but I feel like it's very useful to keep in mind. Visual learning. Thanks. Bye.